Hi everyone! Welcome back to the stream, guys. I'm glad you're here today. If you're tuning in for the first time, a big welcome to you. You've picked a great time to join us. Today, we're about to dive into something really exciting, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. Hi, guys. Hi. Okay, before we get started, how's everyone doing today? Drop a hello or a WhatsApp in the chat so I see that you guys here. Oh, drop a hello. What's up? I love seeing where you guys are tuning in from. And if you're enjoying the session so far, don't forget to hit the like button. One moment. Don't forget to hit the like button. It helps a lot and make sure we can bring you more content like this. All right. I have been seeing some great conversation in the chat lately, and I love how engaging everyone is. This community is growing, and it's awesome to see so many of you sharing your thoughts, asking questions, and really getting involved in the discussions. So I'm so excited for today. Now, for today's session, oh boy, we're in for a treat. We're going to be diving into some huge topics surrounding Amazon, its stock performance, and what's going on in the market right now. We're going to be talking about AWS, growth, the impact of AI on Amazon's business, and why Amazon might be undervalued compared to other big 10 companies in the Mac 7. There's a lot to unpack, so we'll be covering a lot of ground today. Guys, I hope you're as excited as I am, because today's a good day. All right, we're going to get into all of that in just a bit, but first, I want to give you a quick heads up on how today's session is going to work. I've got a lot of insights and data to share with you, some news articles I've been reading, but I also want to hear from you. I'll be answering questions live, so if you got anything on your mind, don't hesitate to drop it in the chat. I might not be the fastest to respond. I'll obviously see every comment. I'll interact with you guys. But if you have anything that comes to mind, just drop it below. I'll get to it. All right, let's make this interactive. The more you engage, the better the discussion will be. Thanks, guys, for joining. And speaking of questions, how many of you have been following Amazon stock recently? Any Amazon fans here? I'm curious, drop down in the chat if you're an Amazon fan or even holder. All right. Sorry for the technical difficulty. So, how many of you following Amazon? Let me see. All right. Have you noticed any big moves or are you keeping an eye on something specific? Let me know in the chat. I'm curious to hear what you think as well. All right. Let's get into it. We're going to kick things off by talking about why AWS, Amazon's cloud business, is accelerating right now and how it's positioned to be one of the key drivers for growth in the coming months. I'll be explaining why AI is playing such a big role in that and how Amazon is uniquely positioned to capitalize on tech revolution. I'll also be covering how Amazon is positioned itself with AI to dominate not just retail, but advertising as well. Trust me, if you're not paying attention to this, you'll want to after today. So let's dive in right in. Before we do it, one more thing. I just want to say how much I appreciate all of you tuning in today, whether you are a long-time follower or just joining the conversation. I'm excited to have you here. And okay, enough of me talking. Let's talk about Amazon's cloud business and how it's becoming a major player in the AI space. Let's get started. Today, I want to challenge a brief I hear all the time. And I've noticed people commenting. Amazon doesn't have much room left to run. And I strongly disagree with this statement. In fact, I think Amazon could be the next mega cap to make a major upward move. And today, I'll show you why. So today we're going to look at Amazon's recent performance, AI breakthroughs, cloud momentum, the structural trends that Wall Street is still underestimating. These four are key for today, what I'm going to discuss with you guys. Meanwhile, if there's anything else you'd like me to add, please comment below. But for now, let's proceed with Amazon. I actually have an interesting topic and in this link. I'll just pull it here so you guys can take a look. Is Amazon stock underperforming the Nasdaq? Let's start with something very simple, and that is lagged its peers. Amazon is fallen behind its peers. Google, Microsoft, whatever you name it, they've fallen behind. Year to date, Amazon is up only about 6 to 7%. Meanwhile, companies like Microsoft, Nvidia, and Google have surged much more aggressively. What do you think this underperformance is by? So, and why does this matter? Number one, currently, Amazon is more than $1 trillion behind some of these companies in market cap, like Google, Nvidia, Microsoft, $1 trillion behind them. But do you know why this matters? Because in today's market, leadership rotates. As we watch, Apple will lead, then Microsoft, then Nvidia, and then Google will lead. It's a cycle of rotation between these huge companies. The mega cap tends to turn, and right now, Amazon is the one out of position, which actually gives it massive room to catch up due to its underperformance. So it's basically to explain to you, these big companies, they are rotating to take the lead. So when Apple takes the lead, then Microsoft comes, then Nvidia, then Google, and then Amazon. It's a rotation cycle. This is a classic setup for a relative strength mean reversal rally. In plain English, Amazon is due. Next, let's talk about Amazon's foundation business, online shopping. I'm sure you guys know Amazon's biggest business currently is online shopping. In the US, e-commerce isn't just healthy, it's hitting record heights. Let me just pull this up. Amazon stock on November 30th. holiday sales momentum analysis lookout. Amazon is currently heading into December 2025 with a powerful mix of AI-driven cloud growth and robust holiday demand. These holidays are Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, whatever's coming up, they are gonna be benefiting from it. Quarter 3 2025 earnings. Net sales 180.2 billion, up by 13% year over year from 158.9 billion. These numbers are key. Currently, the Black Friday and Cyber Monday spending reached all-time records in the US. This just happened recently. This surge was partly boosted by AI-powered shopping tools that make it easier to find deals. Within the interface of the online shopping platform, you're able to ask questions and you're able to find things easier. So the key takeaway for this, e-commerce isn't just growing, it's evolving. And Amazon is driving that evolution. So, what is this AI interface I'm talking about? It's called Rufus, Amazon's AI shopping assistant. Amazon CEO has said the company expects Rufus to drive over 10 billion a year in revenue. Have you guys heard about Rufus? Anyone in the comments? Have you guys used it before? Let me show you what Rufus does. So this is search or ask a question and the products will appear. Rufus is an expert shopping assistant trained on Amazon's product catalog and information from across web to answer questions on shopping needs. This has been integrated into Amazon's interface so customers and users are able to more easily get a variety of things that they desire. Customers can search for and discover products based on activity, event, purpose, and other specific use cases by asking a range of questions such as, what do I do? What do I need for cold weather golf? Yes. Have you guys heard about Rufus? So, Rufus, Amazon's AI shopping assistant, reportedly drove sales on Black Friday of 2025. Sessions that included Rufus and resulted in purchase surged 100% compared with the trailing 30 days, while sessions with Rufus only rose 20%. Overall, Amazon site traffic rose 20% day over day, but sessions with Rufus rose 35%. This suggests, as you argued, AI is already materially improving Amazon retail conversion and may meaningfully boost e-commerce revenue going forward. Why? Because personalized search, curated reviews, and the comparison of products, and it also eliminates friction in the buying journey. This is exactly the kind of AI use that immediately translates into revenue. This is something that customers can use on a daily basis. So now, a flywheel of growth. If you take a step back, you'll see a powerful flywheel. The more people shopping online, shopping becomes smarter and faster. Amazon embedding AI into the entire retail funnel. That's a flywheel that expands both sales volume and advertising dollars. The AI infrastructure revolution and Amazon's full stack plan. Here's where the story gets really exciting and where Amazon is most misunderstood. Amazon is now rolling out its newest AI chip. This includes new generation version of its Trainium and Infertania chips, which power training and inference for large AI models. If these chips continue proving competitive, and early signs suggest Amazon becomes the second company after Google to have it. What do they have? Its own AI chip, its own cloud infrastructure, its own high-level AI tools, and its own retail, logistic, and advertising platforms where the AI can be deployed at scale. This, guys, is what we call a full-stack AI ecosystem. This is a full-on ecosystem. But do you know why this matters? Let me see some comments below. Do you know why this matters? If Amazon is able to develop, as Google has, having their own AI chips, own cloud infrastructure, own high-level AI tools, even its own retail, logistics, and advertising platforms where AI can be deployed at scale, it becomes an AI ecosystem. But do you know why this matters? Let me see your answers in the comments. I'm interested to know what others think. Okay, all right. So let me break it down. With Amazon controlling every layer from hardware to application, why this is good for them and why it matters? Because costs will drop. Okay, I'll write here. The cost will drop, speed increases, margins expand, and the customer retention becomes strong. So let's break it down. Costs will drop because they are fully integrating AI, which means they are using their own systems from hardware to application, every layer. Costs will drop, speed will increase, they do not have to outsource anything they're doing, and margins will expand. When you're doing things in-house, generally for these big companies, margins will expand, and customer lock-in becomes incredibly strong. What this means that users are more likely to purchase and more likely to be retained, to come again and buy again if the buying process is simplified. This is how AWS regains and even expands its competitive edge in the cloud and AI arm race. And by the way, AWS is already re-accelerating. AWS just posted some of its fastest growth since 2022, showing that demand for Amazon's cloud and AI services is rising again. When AWS is growing and Amazon retail is growing at the same time, Amazon stock historically performs extremely well. This too is a great combo. The power of Amazon's multi-engine business. Here's something people forget. Amazon isn't just an e-commerce platform, isn't just cloud, and it isn't just ads. It's all of them simultaneously. So now let me ask you a question. What key factors could spark a major surge in Amazon stock in the near future? Let me see some of your answers. Comment below, share with me what you think. What are the key factors that could spark a major surge in Amazon stock in the near future? Meanwhile, you comment, let me have a sip of water. So, what are the 3 reasons? I'm seeing some comments here. Number 1, AWS. AWS is accelerating again as AI drives huge cloud demand. Number 2, AI is transforming e-commerce and advertising, and Amazon is the biggest beneficiary of this. Amazon is undervalued relative to big tech peers, creating strong re-rating potential. So, these 3 reasons I'm gonna break down now. Listen and comment if you have any questions. So, let's talk about AWS, Amazon Cloud Division. In case you haven't heard, AWS is re-accelerating and the reason is simple. It's AI. Cloud demand has been through the roof, especially as businesses everywhere are leaning into artificial intelligence. Why? Because AI isn't just a buzzword anymore. It's the core driver of innovation across virtually every industry. From tech companies to financial institutions, everyone is racing to build AI applications, and they need cloud infrastructure to support them. Amazon's AWS is in a prime position to capture a big chunk of that demand. In fact, AWS grew by 20% year over year in 2025. Q3 2025, Amazon grew 20% year over year. In Q3 2025, Amazon grew 20% year over year, and that's its fastest growth since 2022. So while some other cloud providers may be slowing down, Amazon is accelerating. What's happening here is that AWS is providing the backbone for AI infrastructure, whether it's training large AI models or running inference. AWS is critical for scaling AI solutions. And with AWS' extensive global infrastructure, it has a massive advantage over smaller competitors, and that's why we are seeing increased demand. So, if you're looking for one of the biggest beneficiaries of the AI cloud revolution, look no further than AWS. Any questions? Drop some comment down below. Share with me what you think about this. And I'm going to move on to number 2. AI is transforming e-commerce and advertising, and Amazon is the biggest beneficiary. Next, let's talk about AI's transformative role in e-commerce and advertising, and how Amazon is really at the forefront of this shift. First off, AI is making shopping smarter. It's not just about browsing products. AI is changing the entire shopping experience. Think about Amazon's new AI shopping assistant, Rufus. It's already driving significant sales growth. For example, as I mentioned before, Black Friday 2025, Amazon saw a 100% more sales in sessions that used Rufus compared to those who didn't. That's a game changer. Now, Amazon isn't just sitting on the sidelines, it's actively integrating AI into every part of the retail funnel. From personalized recommendations to better pricing strategies, and even improving the efficiency of warehouse with predictive AI. Amazon is driving this e-commerce transformation. And on the advertising front, Amazon has one of the highest margin ad businesses out there, all thanks to the first-party shopping data it collects. With more customers interacting with its platform, more data is being generated. And Amazon is turning that data into valuable ad inventory. So, while other tech giants like Google and Meta are strong in digital ads, Amazon has the advantage of combining data with retail, making its advertising revenue highly scalable and efficient. In short, AI is transforming not just how people shop, but also how Amazon monetizes that behavior. Amazon is hands down the biggest beneficiary of this AI driven e commerce and advertising revolution. Now, let's move on to 3. Amazon is undervalued relative to big tech peers, creating strong re rating potential. Now, let's dive into Amazon's valuation and why it might be undervalued compared to its big tech peers, which creates strong re-rating potential. Right now, Amazon stock is still lagging behind other mega cap stocks like Apple, Microsoft, and Nvidia. As of today, Amazon is more than $1 trillion behind these companies in market cap, despite the fact that it has major growth engines firing at once: retail, cloud, AI, and advertising. So, why does this matter? Why? In today's market, leadership rotates. We've seen companies like Apple lead, then Microsoft, then Nvidia, and now it's Google's turn. The point is, Amazon is due for a re-rating, and here's why. Amazon is much more than just an e-commerce business. It's building a full-stack AI ecosystem that includes its own AI chips, its own cloud infrastructure, and its own vast retail and advertising platforms, all powered by AI. It's really at the intersection of cloud, AI, and retail, and it's only beginning to capitalize on those synergies. If you look at Amazon's price to earning ratio, it still lags behind some of the more hyped up stocks, even though its growth is potential in AI and cloud arguably are more significant. When Wall Street realized how big the AI opportunity is for Amazon and how it's building the infrastructure to dominate, it's likely that we'll see a re-rating of Amazon stock. This could mean a substantial upside for investors who get in now. Bottom line, Amazon is positioned to catch up to its big tech peers. And when it does, we could see its stock soar. So now let me ask you a question. Let's go into the tactical side. Here's my question for you. And what you guys are asking in the comments. What price should we be looking at to buy stock? What price should we look? And one more very important question that a lot of people forget. Is now a good time to invest? A lot of people will hype you up and tell you it's the time now, but I'm telling you, always analyze before you do anything. What price should we be looking at to buy Amazon stock? And is it a good time to invest? So now let's look at this. We're looking at the weekly chart right now. I've set my resistance line here. And let's see, I'm gonna zoom in for you. So here, we're looking at a bullish engulfing pattern. We're looking at a bullish engulfing pattern. Right now, Amazon is in a rebound phase. Right now, Amazon is in a rebound phase. One moment. And right now here, this green one, Amazon is in a rebound phase, which is part of an essential consolidation process. This means it's not the best time to buy just yet. However, if the price breaks through $238, that would signal a real buying opportunity. So keep an eye on that level. It could be a catalyst for the next leg in Amazon stock. Let's break it down. Retail is still the world's most advanced logistic and delivery network. One of the highest margin ad business on earth, powered by first-party shopping data, and AWS, the profit machine that funds Amazon expansion. And lastly, AI infrastructure, chips plus cloud plus models plus application equals a rare, vertically integrated technology platform. Amazon is one of the few companies with multiple billion-dollar engines that each benefit from AI tailwinds. This model is incredibly difficult for competitors to replicate, which is why Amazon keeps gaining leverage as it scales. So we're going to take a look here at this chart. So what we're looking here is the bullish engulfing pattern. And here, write this one. If this is just going to hit above the 235, we're expecting, I might expect it, hit 250, 255, which gives you a 10% on your buy. However, if it does not touch the 288, if you ask me, why don't enter now? Why? Because no, you're not seeing a trend, a confirmed trend. Why it's important to wait for it to cross this line? It's so that it's asserted that this place can hold. However, if it continues down, it might go up. That's the best. That's what we want. However, there's always a chance. So that's why I'm asking and telling you it's best to wait until it hits this week's row. As we can see, for Amazon, it's currently in an uptrend. However, as I mentioned before, wait for the confirmation. I'll put that back. I think $238 is a good buy-in, and would expect the 10% sell-off where you can leave, but wait for confirmation. I saw a box here. We're gonna leave it. So what does this all add up to? Let's summarize what we have discussed so far, and if you have any questions, let me know. Overall, Amazon has been underperforming, which creates room for rebounds, for re-rating. It creates space because currently Amazon is falling behind its competitors. Google, Meta, Microsoft, all the big companies is falling behind. It's underperforming. Number two, retail is strengthening with record high e-commerce spending. Number three, AI is improving every part of the shopping experience. AWS growth is reaccelerating. Amazon is building a full stack AI ecosystem. And It has parallel growth engines, ads, retail, cloud, AI, all firing at once. When you stack all of that together, it's hard not to conclude Amazon's rally is still in the early stages, not the late stages. This is exactly the profile of a company positioned for a major up move. What do you guys think? I want to see some of your comments. So, how many of you guys have used Amazon delivery services lately? Do you think their logistic network is one of the reasons why they're so successful in e-commerce? So, Amazon has one of the most advanced logistics and delivery networks in the world. How does this give them a competitive edge over other retailers? Let me see some answers. Well, Amazon's logistic network is a major advantage because it allows them to deliver products faster and more efficiently than almost any other competitor. They invested heavily in infrastructure, from warehouses to last mile delivery solutions, and that gives them a significant edge in e-commerce. This speed and efficiency is key for retaining customers who expect quick, reliable delivery, something competitors like Walmart or smaller retailers simply cannot match at scale. Next, let me ask you one more question. AWS, the profit machine that funds Amazon's expansion. Why is AWS considered Amazon's profit machine? And how does it support the company's other values? Do you know? I'll put a question here. Let me know if you have any responses. Why is AWS So, why is AWS considered Amazon's profit machine? Any comments below? Let me tell you. Number one, Amazon's AWS, Amazon Web Services, is considered the profit mission because it generates consistent, high margin revenue. AWS powers the cloud AWS powers the cloud infrastructure for thousands of companies worldwide, from startups to massive enterprises. This revenue is reinvested into Amazon's other ventures like retail expansion, AI development, and even further cloud infrastructure. In fact, AWS often funds Amazon's aggressive growth strategies and help maintain a competitive edge in markets where they don't dominate. So, AWS equals AWS earn is reinvested into Amazon's retail expansions and AI development. So, this is a very good question. I have one more question that is quite important. Let me see if you know the answer to this. I'll use a different color for this one. How is Amazon's infrastructure different from other tech companies? Why is it so important for future growth? Any comments? Let me know. What do you think? I'll share with you guys my answer. Amazon is building a full stack AI infrastructure, which means they control every layer from AI chips like Trainium and Inferentia to cloud services and even AI models and applications. So because they control every layer, they even control AI chips, cloud services, and even AI models and applications. This level of integration is rare. And given Amazon's ability to cut costs, increase speed, and expand margins, these above that equal to Amazon's ability to cut costs, increase speed, and expand All right, I'm seeing one question here. Let me take a look. I'll just finish up my sentence here and I'll get back to you. And expand its margin. So, let me see your question. I think Amazon is about to drop. It feels like it's reached its limit. Why do you think that? I can understand why you might think Amazon has reached its limit, especially when you look at how this stock has underperformed compared to other big tech giants recently. But I think it's important, the big picture here. Amazon has multiple growth engines that are still firing, and its core business, like AWS, retail, and advertising, are evolving. Yes, Amazon may have been lagging behind other stocks this year, but that also creates a huge opportunity for re-rating. Do you agree with me on that? Yes, I understand Amazon has been underperforming, but we have to look at other details and see a bigger picture. Their multiple growth engines are still firing, and its core business model, retail, advertising, and are still evolving so much. Let me see your second question. Are you sure it will go up today? Although it's currently up in the pre-trading. Well, pre-market trading can give us some early clues, but it's important to remember that pre-market moves don't always reflect what will happen throughout the rest of the trading day. Yes, Amazon is up the pre-market, but The broader market sentiment, news, and announcement throughout the day can still affect the stock. Here's the thing, as mentioned before, Amazon right now is in the consolidation phase, and technical indicators like a bullish engulfing pattern, as seen here, a bullish engulfing pattern could suggest that's ready for a potential breakthrough, as I mentioned. But even with that, it's really about breaking key levels. If Amazon holds above a level like $238, then that could be a strong signal that it could continue an upward momentum. If it fails to break through that level, it might stay in a range for a bit longer. So if it stays in a range, we're expecting. However, if it does break through, so while the pre-market action is a good sign, let's not jump to conclusions just yet. If we see positive momentum continue through regular trading hours and the market sentiment stays strong, Amazon's chances for a bullish move look solid. But as always, keep an eye out for those key levels of confirmation. So currently we're looking at this confirmation. Once it passes, it might be an indication to buy with the possibility of hitting a higher high. Summary, while pre-market trading is giving us an early green light, we need to see if the stock can maintain the momentum through the day. Key levels like $238 will be the real test. If it holds above that, it could signal continued upside, but it's still important to wait for confirmation from the regular trading session. I'll reply to your comment. Give me one moment. Pre-market trading is giving us an early green light. However, we need to see maintained momentum throughout the day. Key levels to watch for: $235. One moment, is it 235? $235 will be the real test. If it holds above that, it could signal continued if it holds above, it could signal on a continued upside. If you have any more questions, drop in the chat. It's important for faith confirmation. All right. I hope that answered your question. I'll move forward. If you guys have more questions, please comment down below. So my final take. Do I think Amazon still has upside? Absolutely. Between AI transformation of retail, the resurgence of AWS, Amazon's entry into advanced AI hardware, and multiple high-margin revenue engines, Amazon looks like one of the most structurally advantaged companies in the world. The market hasn't fully priced in the AI opportunity here. Investors are still anchoring Amazon to e commerce, when in reality, Amazon is building one of the largest AI ecosystems on the planet. That disconnect between perception and reality is where the upside lives. So, what do you think? Is Amazon the next mega cap to break out? Or do you think the market is right to be cautious? I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts. If you have any questions, comment down below. Thank you for joining today's session. I hope I can receive more questions from you guys, and you guys can share with me some of your opinions. All right, everyone. That's all for today. We've got for today. I hope you find today's discussion on Amazon stock, AI, and cloud growth as interesting as I did. We covered a lot of ground, and I hope it gave you some new insights into what's happening with Amazon, why it's still one of the most exciting companies in tech right now. Before I go, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who joined this live session today. Your questions, your comments, and engagement really make these sessions so much more fun. I love hearing your thoughts and insights. I love answering your questions, and I can't wait to have these conversations with you in the future. So, if you haven't already, be sure to like the stream, subscribe, or hit the notification bell so you will make my day and so that you don't miss any of our future discussions. We'll be diving into more stocks, trends, strategies, so stay tuned. And as always, free feel to leave any comments or questions below if you think something later. I'll do my best to respond as quickly as I can. Thanks again for being here today, everyone. I'll catch you in the next one. And remember, whether you're an investor or just someone interested in the market, it's all about staying informed and making those smart decisions. Until then, stay safe, stay sharp, and have an awesome